When it comes to three-ball juggling, the one question on everybody's mind is how difficult juggling really is. And to be honest, I don't have a clear answer for you. This changes from a person to person. It all has to do with how good our instincts are, how flexible our hands are, and how quickly our mind thinks. However, it is something that is very much possible to learn as long as we do the work and exercise. However, the one thing that you do need to ask yourself is how difficult it is to juggle for 1 straight hour. How difficult it is to juggle for 2 straight hours, and how difficult it is to juggle for 12 straight hours. Juggling for 1 minute, 2 minutes, and even 10 minutes straight is something that many people can perform and perform it well, even if they don't consider themselves as professional jugglers. I myself don't refer myself as a professional juggler. It's just something I enjoy and I like to have fun with it. I remember that when I turned 12 years old, my mom bought me my first set of juggling balls. I didn't even ask for it, that was my birthday surprise. And I remember that I felt the need to practice and prove myself that I can actually do it. Now, that was the time where there was no YouTube, there were no tutorials about it, and I literally had to teach myself. And I remember practicing again and again, dropping all the balls, but I didn't give up. I felt in a way that it was like a calling, a need for me, an urge to actually be able to do the task and do it perfectly. So after 4 weeks, I was able to juggle, I would say pretty well without dropping any ball, until time went by and I was able to juggle even more than 10 minutes straight. It is something that each and every one of you can do. Some of you might need less time, some of you might need longer time, but it all has to do with focus and concentration. And when I think of juggling for 12 hours, which is the attempt that I'm aiming to actually undertake, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I freak out just from the thought alone. Juggling for 12 hours. And there's probably a question that you may have. So let's address the elephant in the room. I know what's on your mind, what is on everybody's mind. The one question I get all the time: how am I going to deal with the toilet issue? Well, David Slick, this is the current record holder, and he used a catheter. Yes, and this is not something I plan on doing. I think it's too extreme for me. I might be using adult diapers. I still need to check it out and test it for myself before I can obviously say that I'm going to use that. My personal juggling record duration up until now is 5 hours and 30 minutes. In fact, I had attained this record about 2 weeks before I even started with the YouTube channel, so unfortunately I don't have any video or footage to prove it, so you just have to take my word for it. Now you're probably wondering, what did it feel like juggling for so many hours? And let me tell you that it felt like I was going to explode. My muscles hurt, I just felt like lying down, and the only thing I wanted is getting a massage. And to be honest, I wanted foot massage the most because I was standing for 5 hours. You see, for me, I felt that it was easier standing rather than sitting down, because the activity of putting my hands to the front did not feel so nice. And even if I put my hands here, something did not feel right. Ever since I remember myself, standing and juggling was the only way for me to go. And for this record that is going to be attempted by myself in August, I will probably have to combine sitting and standing, because when I think about it, 12 hours of standing, that's not going to be easy. So yes, I felt like I was going to explode, and I remember just dropping the balls and going to the toilet. Again, we have to deal with that toilet issue. So what do we take out of it? We are understanding that juggling for many hours is a very hard thing to do, but it's not so different than a sprinter or even a person who runs the marathon, who has a very long way to go. Now, the only difference between a marathonist and a juggler, in my case, is that a marathonist can actually see the environment and he can count the places that he's going through. For example, he can count the trees that he's passing, he can count the people that he's seen if he's able, he can actually spot a few things, and he can always move in baby steps from one place to another, thinking that now he needs to get to that place and then to that place and then to that place, small steps. However, in my case, I know that I don't have that privilege because I'm all about doing a robotic, systematic activity, and I don't have something to count me down. I don't have anybody or anything that I can calculate baby steps. It's only me and the balls focusing. So focus is the key of the game here, and I have to be as focused as possible. Whether I'll be able to do it, I don't know. It's something I'm working on, and you know what? I also see this record attempt as a way to help me also in my personal life to be able to do something for a very long time, to be consistent, to think quickly. It's something that I know that I will gain a lot. So I'm working on my focus, and I do know that I have to work on the here and now. Like, I cannot be distracted. If somebody comes through the door and I'm dropping the ball, I'm gonna be pissed over him. So I know it's only myself and the balls quietly, and I have 4 months to test it. So I'm working on it. On the upcoming videos, I'm going to show you what I do, how I train, what my strategy is in order for me to be as focused as possible and juggle for the longest time. Guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, and together you will see and you will join my journey on my way to break the world record and hopefully inspire some of you out there. If you have a record, something that you desire of breaking or doing or accomplishing, stick around. I'll see you in my next video.